A small hearth has been noticed outside Buckingham Palace this evening, Tuesday, December 20. Metropolitan Police officials tackled and arrested a suspicious guy after he sparked a fire at Buckingham Palace. Two officials tackled the person to the floor and limited him. He was arrested on suspicion of inflicting criminal harm. Scotland Yard is presently looking to set up a motive. A video shared to Twitter suggests a small fire is raging on the gates of Buckingham Palace. A single individual may be visible being pinned to the gates by means of a police officer, while every other stands nearby. The individual is then pinned to the ground in the course of the arrest. Police swoop on the scene. The 25-year-old antique representative informed the Press Association. "I began taking walks closer to the mall in St. James Park once I noticed police rush down closer to the palace in first-rate numbers. As we were given similarly down the mall, we noticed armed police outside a police van, at which point we were still in a position to stroll towards the palace, where we were eventually stopped by means of a cordon." She continued. "All we have been informed of is that there may have been an incident. A short time later, police got here via means of having us clean the vicinity and circulate similarly far from the palace. We then noticed that the police had improved the cordon. It seems like the cordon is persevering in trying to expand." Another witness, who has requested now no longer to be named, added. "Something took place earlier than that, which is why the human beings ran away. I'm no longer certain what this became. But human beings have already been scared, and I noticed the policeman pulled the person from the car. The police failed to simply run as much as the car. There had been a few shouts prior to this. I cannot tell you what made me panicked a bit. Most secure area to be at the memorial. My companion noticed a sword, which I failed to see, in addition to a policeman with blood on him, looking like his hand or chest became injured. The police officer had it in his hand and walked away with it. Two male officials suffered minor injuries to their fingers as they detained the person on the mall outside Her Majesty's house. No different people were pronounced injured, even though officials stayed at the scene. Queen Elizabeth, who was reportedly no longer in her house when the assault happened, is now reportedly at Balmoral Castle in Scotland. A witness wrote. Protesters are burning stuff at Buckingham Palace. A 30-year-old antique guy has been arrested on suspicion of criminal harm, with the hearthplace now out. A Metropolitan Police spokesperson stated. Shortly after 22.08 hours on Tuesday, December 20, a 30-year-old antique guy became arrested on suspicion of inflicting criminal harm after a small hearth became visible close to the Buckingham Palace gates. The press release in advance stated the arrested guy had tried to go into Buckingham Palace through the North Centre Gate, however he became apprehended right away via means of the police. The guy was searched and discovered to be in possession of a knife, which was seized, the press release stated. The incident took place at around 11:30 a.m. local time, as stated. The guy became charged with trespass on an included website and ownership of a bladed or pointed article. A Buckingham Palace spokeswoman informed AFP. I can verify that the Queen is now no longer in residence while the incident took place. Aside from that, we aren't commenting. The arrest comes after a chain of protection incidents at Buckingham Palace, the principal London residence of the royal family. In September, a person who scaled a fence to get into the palace became arrested on suspicion of burglary. A few days later, with protection on excessive alert, jittery royal safety officials challenged the Queen's 0.33-pound infant Prince Andrew within the gardens of Buckingham Palace. The police later apologized to the Duke of York, who's fifth in line to the British throne. They denied a newspaper record that officials had pointed weapons at him and shouted at him to get down on the floor. In February, police used a taser stun gun to subdue a person waving huge knives outside the palace. The maximum extreme breach on the palace got here in 1982, when unemployed guy Michael Fagan was given inside the Queen's personal chambers while she was in bed. Fagan spent 10 minutes speaking to the sovereign after hiking over the palace partitions and up a drainpipe, and he or she raised the alarm while Fagan requested for a cigarette. The guy has been taken into custody. The hearth has been extinguished. Thank you for watching till the end. Please share with us your thoughts in the comments.